Shout out to everybody dancing in the waves of crypto, baby. Shout out to all my Satoshi lovers. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in and sharing the most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby! The short is paying us! We're getting paid, baby! Let's go. I'm not excited or anything. I'm not excited. I'm just calm. You know what I mean? I'm not excited. I love that. Klingon. My wife said Klingon. You should come on the live with that. Will you show them that? You could sell it. Let's get ready for that beautiful intro. God bless each and every one of you. Let's get it going. What was that? What happened? All right. Oof. The baby was crying. I got scared. I don't like when the baby cries. Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I've only worn the suspenders one other time. You should be excited. Babe, what do you think of the suspenders? I didn't even remember that I had the bow tie on when she looked at me. It was so funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in on this beautiful Sunday night. It is a weekly candle close. We're ready for the volatility. Are you ready for the movement? Are you ready for the energy? This is the best show in all of cryptocurrency and all of YouTube. Let's go! They can't beat our energy. They can't beat our movement. They can't beat our high frequency, baby, because we live in love. And when you live in love, love is the strongest frequency in the game. They just can't touch us. God bless each and every one of you for being here. I love you all for jumping on in. Let me get nice and tight here. Anyway, you got to love it, man. If you can't laugh at yourself, who are you going to laugh at? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's get the beat flowing. Let's see what's going on here in the markets. People jumping on into Bitcoin, flying on in. The short is in. I called the short for my trading group on this 7-minute flag here to the downside. The 7-minute has gotten me so paid in my life so many times. And why was I short? Well, there was many reasons why. We had lost the point of control, either side. And I got alerts going off. You guys, lucky to see those alerts if you just saw them. And right now, if you had taken the call with us, I am up 75% gains. 75% gains right there for Bitcoin on MEXC. We're trading on MEXC. That's the place to be. All right, my stop loss is at break even. I can't lose the trade. Bitcoin, 26,200 was a known area. And even to take profit area is 26,088. I was so close to my take profit, which is right here at 26,082. It hit it on, I think it might have hit it on the futures. Yeah, futures hit. So that hit on the futures exchange, but not on spot. It was very close on spot. Well, look, I drew this bigger falling wedge. Let's bring the music down. Let's get excited. But if you're in my trading group, you would have made gains. I just want to make it clear. I work 7 days a week. Even on the weekends, I'm busting my butt. Everybody, tell the people that are watching that have never joined. Tell them how hard we work every single day. Shout out to Ben Frank. Shout out to everybody here. Dave Roy, Patrick Leishman, the Crypto Clown World, Dead Game Boxing, D Shuffle, Seize the Day, Crypto Bellico, Underdog G in the house, Marcus Zubot, Zbot, Lifer Adam, and all my beautiful blue crew. God bless each and every one of you for coming. And we want to ride all the way to 24K if we can. The hardest working man in show business. And this looks like it's going to continue to the downside. I'll tell you that. This is a bear flag that was drawn here, and that is starting to let go again with more room to the downside. Do we have a strong divvy? We're trying to get the divergence. We're attempting the divergence, but, massive long liquidations. Because this is beautiful. You could say, fine. Here's the deal. Nobody knew exactly where we're going to go. I knew nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'll tell you that. But I'll tell you this. I had a likelihood we were going down. Then I walked away from the charts and I had dinner with my family and I hung out. We had a neighbor over that has kids and it was cool. And I didn't look at the charts for maybe a half an hour. I came back to the charts and saw this. That's when I entered, and then I saw this coming up. I entered the short because that was a bearish retest to me of the previous support zone. So that support and resistance, simple as that. I entered the bearish retest to the downside, right? And now I'm in the money, accumulating gains. At 81% gains now, continuing. And BOOKMAP suggests that we go all the way to 26K. We have a big fat order waiting for us. It's very likely I get my move to 26,000, probably even down to 25.8. A lot of volatility tonight. If you don't know what you're doing, Sunday night into Monday morning is the worst night to trade. However, there is a lot of volatility on that night, and things can go in your favor. So you never know. We knew exactly where it was going. Pull your fibs. Master friend, I love you, man. Right to the 786. He's like, stop lying, Lifer. You knew exactly where it was going. You're full of it. You knew exactly where it was going, Lifer. Honestly, once you lose a POC, you're going to drop to the downside. You know what I mean? Who's in the short with me? Start posting your gains in the trading group. I'm going to flaunt. I want to floss, y'all. I don't want to floss myself. I don't want to floss my traders. Start posting your gains. Who's got gains? I'm on the 99 right now. I want you guys to floss. I'm sorry. I want you, who got gains in the short right now? I want to see gains in the short right now here in the 99. Who here is in my trading group and made gains? Watch no one post and I look like a clown now. Who's got gains here? Locked in profit. Let me see here. I'm asking for gains at the 99. Usually people aren't in the Discord, right, when I'm at. And counting. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my traders to post gains. Someone's going to post a gain here. We got this man who made 525% shorting BLZ. This dude shorted GFT. This dude shorted BLZ. The gains coming in, man. I love y'all. Y'all the best. Shorted on ZoomX, my man. And she's already on ZoomX. One of the first people in the trading group on ZoomX. 123% short, 63x leverage. There you go. The gains coming into the trading group. Look, if you were in the trading group, you'd be one of these beautiful people posting beautiful gains. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter which way the market goes. We take advantage. We take advantage. That's likely headed down further to the target now. And remember, the daily wanted to dump on you. The daily needed to come down. So And the daily was also away from the 21-day moving average, a little trick of mine. You knew you were coming back to the 21. You can't stay away from it for too long. The only thing I thought we were, see, this is why I believed it was a great short. Think how my mind works. I know when price is away from the 21 that we come to it. When we don't come to it, we usually just go sideways, right? So I figured if I open up a short, the worst that can happen is it'll probably go sideways and nothing will happen to the short, and then the 21 will touch it. At that point, I could, exit the short because, Also, doesn't that resemble a head and shoulder pattern to you? I mean, isn't that a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder? I mean, interesting enough, right? And up 85% gains on the short. Imagine 75x leverage, $130 makes you $150 makes you $130. Like $500 makes you like $400. Like, this is amazing. $500 makes you $400 on this trade. A $500 trade makes you 400 beans. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to clear this up and show. Well, I'll keep this up. We'll go to another one because I like to keep my work clean. But I mean, the 4 hour also wanted to dump on you. When the 4 hour is going to come, it's going to come for you. And so today I looked at the 4 hour and I didn't look at any other time frame too. I said, you know what? I'm going to put my stop loss at the previous wick high. I'm going to enter here. I'm going to take it to the downside. I said, that's a 295 risk reward ratio. It was everything that I go for, baby. And there you go. Is Bitcoin going to get a bit of a bounce? Look at the smaller time frames. Do they have strong enough divergence? Attempting to get a divvy here and a pump back to the upside. Now you have a resistance. Can you get back above 26,250 is the question, right? And now is a good time to possibly sell. I could sell basically almost all of the trade and then just keep, So here, what I'll do is I take 75% right off the table, all right? So I'm out, flat, hit that, and then we can leave the rest in and let it ride, right? So that way you already lock in some profits, lock it on in, bang, all right? And then you can leave the trade, open, right? It's weird. I seem to have closed my entire trade, even though I didn't want to. Anyway, whatever. I took profits on the trade, made 80% gains. I'm pretty sure I had 70% there, though. That's weird. Why would it close 100? I didn't hit 100. Maybe I did without looking at it. I was live streaming at the same time. Happens to me all the time, all right? But I closed my trade for gains, all right? And I'll show you the closed trade, right? 80% gains close in the short, right? And I just like to, show my students too. I like to take my gains. You know what I mean? We could stay up all night and ride this again, and we could wait till tomorrow morning. But the short has been closed now. In at 26,468, out at 26,179. Bang, bang, bang on MEXC. We're trading here on MEX Global. That's where all the fun stuff happens. That's where we get down. All right. Why do I trade MEXC? Because I don't like trading fees. I don't like giving my fees back to the trading exchange. Personally, I don't know about you, but it's not my thing. So whenever I'm doing something, my dad used to say, I'm not a miser, I'm an economizer. Right? That was his joke. Anyway, that looks like it's going to continue to dump further to the downside, though. I personally didn't want to close the whole trade. I don't know why the whole trade closed, but I'll have to look into that at another time. I was like 100% positive I had a 75% there. But it is what it is. I'm going to be, dear Lord, thank you so much for the gain in which I made. I got in, I got out, and the trade was great. God bless me and made me stay grateful for the gain. And may many more come my way. Amen. And I formed a prayer for trading because I want to relieve myself from thinking it could have, would have been. And I want to constantly tell myself to be grateful for any positive trade I ever make. So many people go in that market and never come out with a dime in their entire, there's some people that never did what I just did. Make 80% gains with 74x leverage, right? So may God bless me in my life, right? If you want to join the trading group, link right up here. We're going to pin it for you, make it easy. If you want to join MEXC, we're going to pin that too inside of the grouping. And then join the Facebook group, all right? Can't wait to see you there in the Facebook group, the Crypto Lifer Facebook group. We love you. Jump on in right now. There should be way more members than 263 members. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Everybody, come on now. We have thousands of subscribers on the channel. People come every day. There's gains in and out. We have 800 paying members. Everybody should be here. Join this group, please. God forbid anything happens. It's just another way for me to connect to you. Also, I'm going to pick random things and do cool stuff here. Next week, we'll do another, we'll do Bitcoin stuff. So jump on in here. I'm telling you right now, I want to boost this group. So because I want to boost this group, I'm going to give people that jump on in there things that you wouldn't get anywhere else. So be smart. Take advantage of my beautifulness. I'm humble. I'm nice. I want to give, but I want to make sure, you give something in return to get. So I want you to join this group. So please, 263 is ridiculous. The fact that I can't grow this further than that is insane. Jump on into the Facebook group. I post it every single day. Jump on in. I know I'm not a huge fan of Facebook. I guess a lot of you probably aren't, but it's still a way for us to connect regardless. All right. And maybe it's because the crypto community is anti-book. I don't know. I've never really been a true fan of the book either. So I guess, and then I'm, telling you guys I like it, but so to jump into the Facebook group. But you got to use all forms of media, I found, on the internet for now until they become completely eradicated, So here's the deal. I mean, it feels good to be out of the trade, honestly. Then I don't have to think about it, right? I took my profit, and I took my profit pretty close to the swing low that I was going for anyway, so I'm happy with the move. And it was a fast move, too. And that's the thing about short. Short money comes quick to the downside, all right? There's a bit of a divergence here on the one. Could we get a bounce to the upside? Now you have a major resistance at 26,286. That's going to be a level you're going to have to get back above, maybe at 26,300. Remember how long it took us to get back above 26,300? And now we're going to have to be fighting that level yet again. So shout out to everybody on the live. Let me jump out the chat one more time. Zuckerberg fires Maui. Wow. Just joined, Sammy. Shout out to Chaos Trading in the house. Books up. Yeah. It's all about X, baby. Always keep my FB deactivated these days. Yep. I just got bit by a mosquito or something, man. I live next to a pond, and so the mosquitoes are pretty bad, in the rainy time, too. It's been raining for 2 days, so. Sammy streams suspenseful Sundays, wearing spiffy suspenders, seeking, all right, I'll finish it off with you. Seeking special sanctions solely, symbolically, soul-searching. Oh! Alliterations are awesome. Almost. You gotta think that's funny. Alliterations are awesome almost. And then just leave it hanging. You know what I mean? I'm figuring fine Franks. Oh, man, you guys are funny, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and everybody being here. No, but linguistics is my thing, man. I love linguistics. I really do. And this thing is going lower to the downside. Nasty drop for Bitcoin. Alliteration Sunday. You're the man, Sammy. Effortlessly affecting everyone. Each and every existent. Effectively. Oh, man. No. Goals are gorgeous. Going good. You can, if you really think about it, though, I can do these really good. You'd be like, dedication, desire, dreams, doing. Yeah, baby. Nice suit, man. Love it. Thank you. Shout out to ATM Smasher. Entry extravaganza. Now look at that dump to the downside, further down, out of the move. It's getting a bigger and bigger. This means we're getting a bigger liquidation. Dude, that mosquito was good. Like, it was extra itchy. Usually it's not that itchy. They say your saliva can help the itch. Is that true? Anyone can... Your saliva on a mosquito itch? Is that true? I finally, like... Saliva on mosquito bite. You know, I heard they smell your CO2. Wow, even the saliva has been documented to reduce itching as it speeds up. Applying saliva to the itchy spot has documented to reduce itching as it speeds up the tissue repair and has antibacterial properties. To treat mosquito bites, avoid scratching them and use topical steroid medications. Applying saliva. It's right there. Applying saliva to the itchy spot has been documented to reduce itching. So I didn't, somebody told me that. Wow, and there's the massive dump. I would have been up so much more. Sammy, why did you sell so early? I didn't. I wanted to keep it running. I wanted a runner. And there was my target, 2650. Bang, bang, bang to the downside. Saliva doesn't work with these new mosquitoes, my man. So funny, right? And look at this massive liquidation to the downside as we continue lower out the bear flag. Really had a measured move, which was the length of the pole. You still got a divergence here now, but it's just not strong enough. And now you're making more key levels of support or resistance. Now you've lost 26,196. Now right here, 26,167. And let the short continue. I'm telling you, when the shorts fall, the shorts fall. Show me your wins today in the trading group. I want to see your gains, baby. I want to see your gains. Show me your gains. Show me your gains. There's a bounce off resistance there. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. It's going to show you a massive liquidation. Link to BOOKMAP in the description below. If you want to jump on in, I'm affiliated. I love them. It can show you where a good place to take profits is into major liquidations. Like, that's a good place to take profits on your short, because so many people got liquidated. These are the people that are helping you get your liquidity. So you want to sell into them. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. No guy saying you should be taking this financial advice. You do whatever makes you happy. But selling into this liquidity is generally a good idea, right? And taking your profits on a given night is a good idea, all right? So shout out to anyone that took the short with me this afternoon. I got in around, I think, 4 or 5 o'clock, and now we're out at 8:24 p.m. Bang, bang, bang. The results are here, man. I'm posting constant trades every single day in my trading group. And it's not a coincidence that I'm able to hit gains, and I'm able to show you where price action is going to go on a regular basis. So, yeah. And the shorts are pouring in now. Now the shorts are absolutely pouring in. God bless you all. Making gains. More shorts being posted. Jumped in with when the live started. Pulled 1K, dude. Pulled $1,000 out. At 200x leverage, dude. You went in for $1,000 for 200. That's insanity. Wow. That's insane. Pulled 1K. Like, you have gall. Like, gall. So if this is going to be reversed, can we make a shoulder? Like, you're looking for the inverted head and shoulder here, right? And then again, remember the ascending triangle. It's going to do the same thing over and over again. And then the price action's likely going to pump back up to the 200 SMA, right? That's the whole story here, Morning Glory. Once you get back above the 21, it's likely you can trade to the 200 SMA. That's our old little trick. Let's watch it and see if it happens again tonight. I'm going to break down Bitcoin now. We had fun on the smaller time frames. Let's take a look at what happened to Bitcoin. Oof. And you know what we're going to do. Love this track. Shout out to everyone living a pure life, feeling good about themselves. Shout out to anyone that isn't double-crossed on anybody, that isn't messed up in turmoil. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Look at this, the proof. $950 after fees. He made a G. The dude made a solid $1,000 on 200x leverage. Like, dude. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. $950 after fees with proof in the trading group. Caspa Maxi banging on him. What a G, man. What a G. And see, when I sold, as long as you take good profits, that's the key. All right? And that could, let's break it down. Let's break it down. Bitcoin tonight and the weekly candle close. Get yourself a Treasure Hardware wallet today. I have to say it. Not your keys, not your crypto. I know it's a crazy time to say that, but please do that. It's the best thing you can do. I have a link in the description below. Whatever you do, get it though, please. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, man. It got bought up. It has a major support here at 25,800 on the weekly. Even with this little dump, didn't really stun it too much. Really became a buying opportunity at 25. Let's take a look at what happened to the weekly candle. It opened at 26,530 and 96 cents. The high was 27,500 even on Coinbase, which, if you can believe that, 27.5 even. That's insanity on the week. The low was 26,118 and 86 cents. We would close at 26,250 and 24 cents, down $280 and 71 cents of the week. We would lose 1% of Bitcoin's value on the week. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to GF Burke, who is at a night fest tonight with his family and friends. That's pretty cool. I would go to that. If I had a real life that didn't exist online, I would be there. But I'm the crypto lifer and my life is online. Pretty insane. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to Burke. We love you. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to my man, Master Friend. I love you. And I love loving you. Loving you is easy. You know what I mean? You know that song? Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. Shout out to everybody here on the live, man. I just want to make you feel good. If I can do that, if I can make you smile, if I can make you laugh, if I can make you chuckle a little bit, you know what I mean? That's all I'm here for. And then if I can teach you some crypto while you're laughing and smiling, that's the key here every single day on this channel. You hear the voice, it's kind of goofy. You're like, what's going on here? Is this guy really? And then I'm like, wait, Loish, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your... Everybody, I love Quahog. I drink beers in Quahog, and every day I watch the Crypto Lifer. My name's Peter Griffin. Yeah, this is really him. I've did the voice for years. I just couldn't tell that. I was under disclaimer. But now I can tell people I did Peter, the voice of Peter, for a long time. All right? I got millions of dollars stashed off all my voiceovers. Peter, I told you, you can't be doing Peter anymore, all right? You got to tell people you're not Peter, all right? Hey, Marky, don't tell me what to do. I do it whenever I want to do it, and you just keep your foot in your mouth, Marky. Why don't you go make a fun video about working out and your abs? Everybody loves you. I'm going to go drink a beer, Marky. Peter, you know, don't be mad just because I work out in the gym every day. You know, I'm a cop, I'm a fireman. I can play anything, Peter. It doesn't matter. Don't be pissed off because I'm Marky Wahlberg and I put all my money in Gala, and me and The Rock are going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to take it all the way to the top. Okay? I'm Dirk Diggler, and I've done it before. I hit it right there. I hit it. I was like him for a second. I was channeling Boogie Nights right there. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I love this life. I really do. I wouldn't do anything different, man, with my life. I love each and every one of you. This is what it's all about. You win your trade live in front of your trading group. You put out the call. You feel good. You go to bed. You know, you wake up the next day. You dance your way all the way. You got suspenders on. You're feeling different. You're feeling free. Let's get back into brass tacks. I love y'all. Let's get serious. So we have a major resistance on the weekly at 26,500. All right, that's clearly, look, two candles couldn't get above it on the weekly, so that's going to be our challenge to get back above. However, look, low, high, higher, low. I mean, that's a slight little trend on the weekly, just like that's a downtrend on the weekly. Weekly trends are boxy, okay? And let's kind of zoom in on here. So now the weekly is showing some support, and it has a support line at 26,090. So the weekly, right here, look. And be honest, see where two candles open and close? For the weekly, that's substantial. That's like a strong support and resistance area. So if we lose 26,100, we're going to test 25.8. We lose 25.8. We're going to have to come down and test these wicks at 25.2, and then it's possibly drop all the way down to 24,002. So 1, 2, 3 major levels of support on the weekly. All right. 2 major levels of support on the weekly. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your ears. Hey, ears, put my foot up your ears. See, I said ears. I didn't say it. You look super sharp, man. Looking like cat ears on the daily time frame. Shout out to Crypto Bear Baker on the game. Thank you for jumping on it. And I didn't put water in my hair. I kept it soft tonight so you can see my soft look. All right, I usually have it all wet and wicked. This is my soft look. I did watch a little bit of football. I'm sorry here. Who can agree with me? Dax Prescott is just, I don't like talking to him. He doesn't have it. I've said it for years. He just doesn't have it. He doesn't have the it thing. I don't know what it is. That it thing. But he has innate talent. He's an amazing dude. Like, he's awesome. There's so many great things about the guy. But he doesn't have the it. Like, in the fourth quarter, he just drops the ball, literally. Like, a lot. You know what I mean? I think he threw more interceptions than any other quarterback last year. 15 or something, right? And he threw that one into 3 people tonight. Like, he threw it into 3 people. Like, what are you doing, dude? There's 3 people crossing, and he tried to, like, dude, like, I don't know, man. I wonder about I think Dallas should put in another quarterback, personally. I think they would do better with a better quarterback. But again, you know what? I also want him to have a great life. So, I wouldn't want someone to say, hey, get another crypto life over here. Seems like it's happening every day. Hey. Hey. Can a guy make a joke without getting crucified? Shout out to everybody here on the live. So anyway, the weekly has a strong support right here at 26,087. It also has a really nice support here at 25,840. All right, until we lose those 2 levels, we're okay. We're okay, everybody. Tonight was a little bit of a dumpy, but we're okay. Everything's okay. It's not that bad. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like some type of funny actor with my suspenders on over here. So, anyway, let's take a look. Let's move on. The 2-week chart also had all this time to come down, and it went from bum, and barely lost any traction. Actually got wicked up a lot. It's a good sign. 3-week chart wants to come on down. The 52-week chart, all right, which is the yearly chart for Bitcoin. It's in a beautiful uptrend. There's a high, there's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low. This thing looks like it's about to make a higher high. That's a beautiful uptrend. Look at that. On the yearly, that's Bitcoin on the yearly. The 52-week chart for Bitcoin is looking amazing. It's in a falling wedge, and falling wedges break to the upside 68% of the time. The measured move takes us all the way to $70,000 to the previous high. Bitcoin all the way to the upside. So, even the biggest time frame, the monthly here, has a hidden bullish divergence, which I keep talking about. I haven't seen anyone discuss. Yes, we're curving down to the monthly, but look, we were curving down to the monthly here, and that began just a soft landing for a huge pump, even with the pandemic. And then here we had the move back down. Did I just say that out loud just now? But look, and this was low, and we got a pump to the upside too. So I just want to make these things clear. We do have a major resistance. You can see it on the monthly at 32,200. We get above 32.2. It's a wrap. Like there's no looking back. And this is hidden bullish divergence, which tells us that the trend will continue to the upside. All right, on the monthly chart for Bitcoin. I haven't really jumped into the monthly or these big time frames in a long time. I don't think I've ever shown you the 52-week chart. Always a surprise here on the channel. So we know our weekly support of resistance. Let's go over it again. Major resistance at what? 26,560. All right. We really got to close at 26.6, 27.7 on the smaller time frames, we'll give it, but the weekly. We got a bit of this support zone here where we bounced off, bringing a little, it's kind of right there. 26,100, 26,087. And then we have another area here at 25,800. And if we lose that, we're talking 25.1 and then bear flag and we'll go from there. So key levels on the weekly. On the weekly. And 28,100 is a key area too. 28K is going to be a key area because these 2 candles close right there. So that's going to be a punch through as well. Remember what I was showing you earlier today. How does Bitcoin move? It moves in stop loss theory. What is stop loss theory? Well, it means that it can only go in which way the liquidity provides it. So just like if you were on, say you were in a pond and you had to step on lily pads to get somewhere. You could only step on the lily pads, right? 1 step, 2 step, 3 to skip up. Bitcoin can't just go up on its own. It has to actually have orders and liquidity, right? This all has to happen together. Sam, have to make 10K today with all this happiness, bro. Love it when you're in the happy place, bro. Great TV. God bless, man. Love it. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house, man. Sam had to make 10K. Now, honestly, I'm just realizing how beautiful my life is, man. And I'm just excited. You know, I'm just excited for the future. I'm excited for where we're going. I'm excited for the space. And I'm happy to be alive, to be, you know, just truly happy to be alive on the Sunday night. And to have this community and all these people here. It's just a blessing. It's a blessing. You know, I truly believe I don't even deserve it, you know, and but I will curate it and I will give it my best every single day. And I love you all, and I'll live in love, and I'll put my best foot forward, and I'll do the best I can for my community. And if I see a call, I'll make it. And if I believe Bitcoin's going to go a certain way, I'll put it out there, and I'll put my guts on the line. I could have been wrong today when I called the short and come out to the live stream and look like a fool, but you know, I put my cojones down on the chopping block, and we made it, you know. It's truly a blessing every day. Preach my God. God bless, man. Every day is a blessing. Every moment is a blessing God gave you. Every single moment in your life is a blessing that God gave you. You have a gaping hole in your body, and that hole is for God. You could get 100 mansions. Someone could give you everything you wanted, 1,000 days at the beach, all the most beautiful women in the world as a man, all the most beautiful men in the world if you're a woman, and whatever else you want, whatever you pansexuals, whatever they are. The idea is this, right? You could have it all. At the end of the day, you will still feel like something is missing if you don't have God. I'm telling you right now. And like they say, once you go to hell, you will not feel God. God's God. That's when God is in. And everyone, there's no atheist in hell, they say. There's no atheist in hell, right? Hey, Sam, where can I sign up for the games I see on the MEXC trading group? Jump on in today. We're going to actually, you know, and again, this is not a signals group. This is not buy now, get in here. We will show you the coins that are likely the hottest for the week. We will go over where the liquidity is. We'll teach you volume. You will become someone that can scan the markets and learn how to make gains yourself if you join my trading group. Link right here. Join the trading group. Also, if you feel more comfortable, go to CryptoLifer.com and check it out. We also have a Patreon link, but Patreon takes so much money, we cut them off a long time ago. Anyone that's still using Patreon, I'm sorry, this is going to sound horrible, but you're a horrible business person, because there's an alternative way to do it, and you will make so much more money for your own creations than letting someone else middleman yourself. You know, they'll take like literally 7 to 10%. You should only be paying, a merchant literally no more than 3%. That's the most you should be paying. Anyway, CryptoLifer.com. Jump on in today or hit the link that I pin in the comment section. We make it real easy here in the pinned comment to jump on in. All right. Really, really simple. Small time frames starting to do its thing and make its way back up to the 200 SMA. You know, I have this weird little strategy that once you get the divergence, you pump up to the 200. We don't know where they will pump exactly. We just know that price and the 200 will come to meet. Now, if we flip back above it, we will continue to the upside. We do this almost every day on the channel whenever there's a liquidation. We don't always get one on a Friday night, but like this should basically eventually come and meet this 200. Now, sometimes it's a bigger gain like here. Sometimes it's a really small gain like there, but it's usually some type of gain. And I can't guarantee it for you, but you know, I see this all the time. This is kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here that's about to break on out too as well. All right. You also have this, diagonal trend line that once it breaks, you should get a little bit of a push on out. You could call that technically a symmetrical triangle. You have a resistance for Bitcoin now that you have to get back above at 26,163. These are for my leverage traders that are on this small time right now and just want to know what's going down. You have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low. Can you put in the higher high? If you don't, you're going to get an M and then you're going to dump. So here's the deal. Do you M and dump further down, or do you get above here and pump further up? This is going to be your question your inquiry. That's going to be your moment. All right. The 99 is a coalition of like-minded traders posting confluences on many different assets. It's a place for you to get the education you deserve and gain your edge in the market. Join the Lifer fam today. Crypto Bear Baker. You have the Lifers charts. You have the elite charts. Even the general chart is overpowered. Some of the best traders in the space all reside in the 99. Do yourself some justice and jump on in. I agree. Let's keep moving forward. Let's move on into the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart, which I've discussed many times, as a swing up to a swing up and a swing down to a swing down on the RSI. This is known as a hidden bullish divergence. I've said it every day for the last 2 weeks straight, maybe more, since around here when I saw the bullish dip. It means we should get a high above this high inside the divergence. Will we? There's no guarantees. Only time will tell. All right. We are starting to roll over. There's a chance we do get a further dump to the downside. All right. Let's look at our moving averages. The key here is we wanted to stay above the 200 SMA. Had a 3-day candle closed above the 200 SMA, I would have remained more bullish. The 3-day close below it, it keeps me bearish. I'm a very simple guy. I trade simple moving averages. However, I will tell you that for us to get a huge pump to the upside, these moving averages have to get close and tight. So you're expecting something like this to occur. The 200, the 21, the 50. And it really tells me that we're likely to bottom out here and then get a huge move on out. And this is going to be the giant cup and handle that we were showing I think we projected this a while back. Right? We could get this nice little cup and handle here. The low of it could be 24.4, 24.2 on a wick. And this thing could get like are you being served all the way up to 43,210, you know? That's a savvy cup and handy to the upside there. That could make a massive impact on the market. Again, no guarantees, but it's there, you know what I mean? And we'll put that out set in stone later on. Shout out to everyone that jumps in on the weekly candle close. You people really, really care. And you really want to know what's going to happen tomorrow and get ready for the week ahead. So I appreciate you guys for putting in the work. So we know our weekly areas of support and resistance. They're going to slightly change on the 3-day. All right? They're going to slightly change on the 3-day. So I'm going to manipulate one of them slightly, but they're mainly pretty even, Steven. So we're going to have that resistance at 26.7. We are right at support right now on the 3-day chart. We break it, we will fall further down. It looks like we will fall right down to 25,700. You know, and remember that 25,750 area. We lose that, we're going to come down to this bottom and this topping at 25,134, and then again right down to this area here where the weekly's pretty close at 25,400, 25,500. So we lose that. That's when things are going to start to get pretty choppy. We'll come down to this high volume node likely into this area at 22.4, and you know we could move through the 23s pretty fast. So again, I'm not a bear or a bull. I'm just going over, you know, the ups and downs. The weekly to me looks bullish based on all of the buy pressure to the downside. All right. Happy birthday to Alex O's wife. We love you. Hope she's having a wonderful birthday today, and hope you gave her a wonderful birthday present, breakfast in bed, you know, something nice. I don't know what you did, but I bet you buttered her up on her birthday. If you're a smart man, you took care of business. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. So let's take a look here on the daily time frame. The daily has a resistance at 26.4. But and it kind of, in my humble opinion, fell through this. This was a nice support zone at 26,200, right? But then you have this chop and you have the POC. You did not lose the POC at 26.60. I've been talking about 26.60 for so long, right? $26,060. Thank you. I was able to pay off all her student debt and have a beautiful clean slate to make them profits for the long term. Wow, you paid off your wife's student debt. You're a blessing. May God bless you. I'll make my wife pay for it. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Hey. Anyway, so let's get rid of the divergence here. Trust me, we are going to get down. Eventually, you're going to be able to figure this out with me. So the weekly to me, the daily to me, resistance at 24.5. And then this resistance right here, which you just, you basically lost. 26,269, 26,300. You're testing the POC, in my humble opinion. You see that? You lose this, you're dropping down to test 25.8 and then all the way back down to 25.1. Are we going that low? The daily needed to reset. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of 8 days, 6 were big green candles. So we had 6 beautiful days of pump. You knew it was coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, out of the last 6 candles, we've had 4 red days. Nothing goes all the way up, everybody. All right? That's why I took profits, because it's about being in the middle of the trade every time. All right? So here's the deal. The bounce right here is 25,135. So look, the bounce here at 25,097. Yes, I'm a robot, master friend. I'm everywhere, man. So look at the daily. The daily coming back lower. Do we go lower? I mean, that point of control held. That's really all you need to see. That's the main spot. So my mind, like, kind of head and shoulder broke down. You came to this level. If you lose this, you will go lower. You're very beat down on the 22-hour time frame. Very, very beat down. So here we go now. 4 hour. Now, this is why I figured out where we were going to go, because I drew this falling wedge in the 1 hour. And I extended the wedge from this line here to this line. I'm telling you, this will happen. This is like a very fun way to trade. And the wedge can tell you where you're going to drop to. See? If you just align the wedge, and then I had this. And what's crazy is I had this, which was the bear flag. And then I also had the measured move, which lined up with the exact level of the wedge. This happens to me all the time. And then I'm like, okay. And then I'll see a point of control loss, and I'll see a value area low too. It'll all make sense, everyone. And that's what happened to me tonight. That's why I was able to see this short so clearly. You could call it luck, right? Oh, he got lucky. Did I? Or did I just, this preparation, meet opportunity, which I think is luck, right? Was it lucky that we made, 80% gains tonight in a few hours? Or was it because we were able to read the charts properly? You tell me. Some people, you won't be able to tell anyone whatever they think will be true to them, So there you have the move. I mean, once you come down to the bottom of a pattern, you're likely to bounce back to the top of it. Pattern trading 101, right? There's a lot of people that shorted now that have stop losses here that didn't take their money. They're usually going to get cleaned up, especially on a Sunday night. All right? So now we have a falling wedge on the 4-hour time frame. We're looking for some type of div. Nothing really. That's a swing down. They swing down. No real strong divergence there. Your 4 hours headed to oversold too. And that falling wedge could break up to the upside, the measured move. If falling wedges break down, they break down the measured move too. And they break down fast and furious. So that'd be a double bottom on the 1 hour there at that 24.90 area, 24.920. So what's the deal? Do we V-shape recovery? What's the trade? If anyone, number one, I wouldn't trade tonight into Sunday, right? The fact that we traded Sunday night and we got a beautiful pump, I'm going to take that as like, that's high risk. I usually don't trade the volatility on Sunday night. I took advantage of something that, I've learned now that I trade whatever the TA tells me to do. If the TA tells me to take the trade, I take the trade, but there are times where I step away, just because I'm with family, or if some days there's times I just don't want to be looking at the charts because I want to be present with my family. And I know if I open up a leverage trade, I'm going to be sneaking in my phone here and there. I'm going to be taking looks, and I don't want to do that, So shout out to anyone that jumped into the weekly screen share, and look at Gifto up 57% gains. I think it's up even more than that as it continued to go from that, And I put this out to the trading group. See, like, it's not a signal. I'm saying, can we hold this level? And once that level held and that candle broke, a smaller time frame gave you a little retest, and there was a way. So it said that level did hold. Now, if it came down, we could have dumped, but the level held. At that point, the chart took off, right? Now, Harry, I like this trend line. We talked about it in the weekly screen share at 9 together. I went over this, and I said, man, this thing's likely to pump 33% gains today, and went basically, right to the top of the channel there where it was supposed to. The stop loss did not get hit. Shout out to anyone that took Harry for gains. We went over it on the weekly screen share. So does Bitcoin get a bounce now? Well, like we said, let's go back to this little idea here. We should be going back up to the 200 SMA. Even if we dump bigger time, the small time frame liquidated it. Yeah, we got the liquidations, and we should be breaking back up to the 200. Especially once you get back above all the moving averages, it's very likely now that you're going to continue to move up. Anyway, this is just a simple strategy. The only thing about the strategy is you're not exactly sure when or how you're going to hit the 200. You just know you're going to hit it somehow. So it's a more of like a, you can set your take profit like at this line and then see where you get and then just close it as you move. But this should pump up to the 200 SMA. I've studied this on every time frame. If you pump up high, you're supposed to dump down. If you pump up a way, you're supposed to, and I don't know why this happens, but it's just a fact of life. Like it's like you'll get wet if you go outside in the rain type of thing. I don't know why, and that's the worst metaphor. I could make something else better, but, how about you'll laugh when you show up to my live stream? But it's going to happen. It's going to happen, all right? I got to make it to survive like bees to a nest. Yeah, I made that up. Don't take that from me. I made that line. It's just such a hot line. I got to make it to survive like bees to a nest. Get it? They have to make the nest just to survive. Forget about it. Someone said they wanted lyrics. I'll give you one time. That's it. I'm going to say it one time, and then you can say you never heard it again. I'm a revolutionary, but there seems to be no one left. And to get back to Queens, I took the E of the F. And rhyming is simply just the key to my quest to being the best. I'm passing before I'm even seeing the test. There's no reason to rest till I get double the breast just to ease on my chest. I got to make it to survive like bees to a nest. So I'll stay leaving you blessed. While I'm feeling different as the season suggests change from first breathing a breath to cursed leaving a death. From first breathing a breath to cursed leaving it death. Come on, man. With the multiple metaphors and syllables. I'm done. You're never going to hear it again. Back to the basics. Back to the basics. All right. Okay. All right. So, macro time frame, we get out of our heads out of the tiny time frame. We caught ourselves on a support zone here. Look, yeah, we got resistance. We caught ourselves on support. All right. And I can see a bounce back to the top side here. Right? And we'll go from there. You will have a resistance because you had support there at 26,420. All right. Of course, right? 26,420. Interesting. So I do see a bounce back to the top of this channel. So far, Bitcoin has already been reversed pretty nicely. If you didn't take money out of that short, you're getting a little crushed right now. A little bit of divvy here on the 7. And so, yeah, my big time frame show us that we probably will get a pump back up to resistance at 27,420. All right. But wow, I mean, we fell right below the 200 SMA on the 21. And that's another thing too. When you're below the 200 SMA, open a short. Let's look at our 4-hour. The 4-hour is about to close a candle below the 200 SMA. That's likely where the short continues even further to the downside. If every time you waited, so look, in 3 hours and 3 minutes, this 4-hour candle will close. If this 4-hour candle closes below the 200 SMA, and again, this will defy all my TA and stuff, which is not defy TA, but it's just it's a different type of trade. Look, you open the trade here, stop loss above the previous high, like here. So that once you break below the 200, you open up a short, you get paid. If you did it here too, look, you got so paid. So 2 for 2. You got to know how to manage the trade right there. So you open the trade when you get below, you put a stop loss up here, so paid. You broke below here, you would have gotten here somewhere. Stop loss might have been a little higher, so paid though. Here, so paid. So I can't guarantee it. Every once in a while, you'll do a tiny little dip below and you'll bit back up, flip back up. But it's rare. Most of the time, you're going to get a nice dump down. Like 7 out of 10 times, almost every time you're going to get a dump down. But like 3 out of 10 times is going to be kind of like a nothing burger. But 7 out of 10 times is going to be great. And then like 3 out of 10 times is going to be a massive move down. So this is creepily telling me that if the 4-hour closes below the 200 SMA, to stay inside a short. So if you're longing or thinking of longing, you desperately want this 4-hour to close above this 200 SMA. If later on today, if we wake up tomorrow and it's 8:57, so in 3 hours, in 2 minutes, this 4-hour candle will close below. If this fills out the wick and you get a fat, juicy closed red candle, I'd start looking for bear flags in smaller time frames. It's likely this is going to pump further to, and then we're going to get to this. Then this is what we're looking at. This is more likely then. We're going to go a little lower. When we pump up, we're going to pump up sideways, and then this thing could just continue down. We could be trailing inside of this zone for a while, you see? Back to the lows. Anyway, if you're in my trading group, you saw this move to the downside clear as day, and I went over it as many times as I could, and I kept saying that I was mainly more short than long based on what I was looking at on the smaller time frames. The bigger time frames, they did look like they were building some type of bullish position, but the smaller, anywhere from the 4-hour down, looked bearish to me. So keep me in mind whenever you see price action below the 200 SMA. Say the lifer reminded me. All right. Keep me in mind when you long back up to the 200 SMA. This was supposed to happen. It's likely going to touch this yellow line, and I told you this was going to happen before it happened. Keep me in mind. All right. And you can't say I didn't teach you those 2 tricks that you could trade for the rest of your life on any market in the world now. Any market in the world. Let me prove it to you. If you're new, who here is new on the channel, just wants a little extra, you don't know me. You want to know a little more about what I do and what goes on. You're like, this guy doesn't trade. He doesn't know about trading. So let's pick a random stock out there that people trade. Walmart, right? Walmart, a known stock in the game. Let's take a look at Walmart on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what happens to Walmart whenever it loses the 200 SMA on the 4-hour, shall we? Wow. It did it a bunch of times recently. Let's take a look. Let's do it for fun. All right. Okay, we'll start here. Back in 2018, Walmart loses the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, and it's a beautiful short to the downside, just like Bitcoin. Huh, interesting. Is Bitcoin pumping up to the 200 SMA right now? Oh my God, it is. That's interesting. I didn't know it would. Of course it will. Anyway, how come I can tell you things happen before they happen? Because moving averages have a predictability into them, because they're the average, and what happens to the average happens. So look, Walmart below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour, dumpage. Same you can long once you get above the 200 SMA. It's a gateway to longing and shorting. It's a gateway to trend. You get above the 200 SMA, the trend is beginning to change. You get below it, the trend is beginning to change. Here's a beautiful short too. Once the 4-hour closed below the 200 SMA, you close that short, you open that short, you got paid. This one would have been a nothing burger, but you still would have got paid if you were swift and moved your stop loss to break even the second you were into profits. Here it is again, beautiful short. That might have got you on a stop loss there, possibly, but you would have moved your stop loss to break even by down here. Then once it got back above, that's a beautiful short there. Got back above, it got below, that's a beautiful short there. Right there, it got below the 200 SMA. Beautiful short. Right there. I'm giving you guys the keys to the city, and it's like more simple. There's one right there. You just have to be able to maintain these trades and focus on them over and over again. That's what's hard. The discipline is what most people just don't have. That's the key, So, Walmart, look, it's overbought on the daily, but it's starting to show, it's interesting. What did I see for Walmart? What I see is you broke out of an ascending triangle. Okay. Do you come back and retest? It also is a big rising wedge that looks like it's going to dump to the downside. However, the daily's now oversold, showing signs of a massive short squeeze. So to me, this says that Walmart may get short squeezed here. So many people think it's going to dump. Then, once they get the short squeeze, we'll get the bearish div. It is starting to get some bearish divergence on the daily here, but it could be stronger, right? Let's take a look at our 3-day chart. Our 3-day chart's getting overbought, telling me it's time to come home. And just like I teach you, so look, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. I'm on Walmart on the 3-day chart. I'm gonna flip it upside down. See how it has a bullish divergence? This thing's likely gonna pump up to the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. Look, that's the exact same trade I just gave you on the 1 minute for Bitcoin. Do you just see that? I'm teaching you algorithmic ways that are put through in the entire market. Like, I shouldn't show you this stuff. You shouldn't be knowing these things. I spent 15 years dissecting the market alone like a psychotic, obsessive madman. Most people don't believe me because the amount of time you would have to know to even understand what I'm saying is insane. So most people just look at me and think I'm just some type of freaking BSer. They just can't even begin to think what I'm showing them is true. But look, I'm going to take away some of this stuff so you can see it for what it is. This trade on the 1 minute for Bitcoin, where price action gets away from the 21 SMA and makes a bullish div and begins to pump up to the 200 SMA, is the exact same trade on the 3-day chart for Walmart, where Walmart's likely going to dump back down to the 200 SMA. You see? You see? It may get one more little blip, you know? Might get one more little, but that thing's coming down. This is the same trade. You see this? It's the same trade. Let me open it up and make it look real similar to you so you can see what I'm saying. I'll even put the 200 in the exact same place. Like, this is the exact same trade. Now, I have the chart upside down right now. When this hits the 21, who's going to give me props for it on the chart in right here? When this hits the 21-day moving average and they touch, when these touch, it's at a resistance now. It may not, but it's likely to do it. When these touch, I want to see lifer emojis. I want to see fire. I want to see people bugging out. I want to see the chat rate go out of control. When we touch that 21-day moving average, I want to see the chat rate go out of control. All right? I want to see the chat rate go absolutely insane. Let's get it up. Let's get it going. When that hits, when that hits the yellow line, like I told you it was going to, somewhere down in here, I showed you this strategy almost every day on the live now. I'm going to build you into a machine if you let me. If you listen. If you listen. If you listen. If you listen. All right? So I just ran a clinic, all right, on Walmart. I hope you understand what's going on here. Walmart likely to make a move. Wait for the bearish divergence to get heavier, but I'd even start building a short now. But again, do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever makes you happy. All right? It's going to do it. I don't know why I know it's going to do that. I shouldn't know what price is going to do. Right? And look, I understand how this reversal occurs right there. I have this whole area. That's a wick on the 4 hour. I have this whole area dissected on the 1 minute for you. Who else does this for you? The 1 minute to the weekly to the monthly. I break down Bitcoin in bite-sized pieces and teach you where price action is going to go based on the moving averages and divergences every single day here on the channel. If you don't get goosebumps when price action hits that yellow line and I get to floss my suspenders and dance around, you'll be like, how does this guy know what's going to do? Watch, tonight it won't do it. Tonight will be the one night it never happens. It is at a resistance, so it's like, a little bit of a chance, but it's most of the trade happened already anyway, but, Cass is the honey badger. You guys want to look at Casper? Let's take a look at Casp. I mean, back to that all-time high. I dissected it this morning. I was looking at it closely, and I was like, listen, the 3-day has a bearish divergence, right? Where it's kind of like, or almost an exaggerated bearish div. Double top. At the same time, the daily looks pretty scrumptious for a big bite to the upside, right? And so you got this falling wedge in the daily that wants to break on out. And you got tight moving averages, and you're in a rising wedge. And if the daily breaks out, you could pump all the way to 8.7. Parabolic, baby. And, I am Sammy Cup and Handy, and that's a cup, and that's a handle. That has a big target. A target over here. I got a target on my back over here. And that's basically the same, pretty much the same area, which is, so my Sammy Cup and Handy says this thing is about to rip to the upside. That's what it says. The 22 and the daily both look ready to rumble. I love trading them. The 3-day says no way. The 3 days, but again, the 3-day could double top. And usually when the 3-day just gets here, a big pump comes. Just there, a big pump coming. So we're getting into momentum on the 3-day, and the daily looks good. There's a chance that this absolutely rips. Right now, the 4 hour is just not in our favor at the present moment in time for me. All right. We could easily double top here and still get into some issues. I would love it for it to double top, come back down, let these stokes reset, and then I would be more apt to enter on a low stoke, right? Hey, Sam, I signed up with the 99. Thank you for all the support. Do I have to pay 60 for the trading group for the gains on MEX C? No, you do not. I don't know what he means, but no. If you want to join, if you want to take you should take my trading course where I'll teach you everything you need to know about Fibonacci, VRVP, support or resistance, and really get you started in trading. I teach it the last Saturday of every month. Took Master Friend course. It's awesome. Sam, thanks a lot for bringing the crypto talents together in your Discord to educate us. Only one word for you: respect. Shout out to the Gambit, man. We love you. Thank you for always showing, you show the world how much you learn with us, and I really appreciate it. All right. And there you go. We hit the 21. Can I get my respect, please? I mean, my 200 SMA. Can I get my respect? Can I get my respect? All right. It happened now. All right. I told you it was going to happen, and it did. All right. I mean, come on, man. Who tells you where price is going to go and watches it happen in front of you? Who showed you the inverted head and shoulder before it happened? Who taught you how to read the divergences with the low stochastic? Come on, baby. The higher low. This gets above this, it's going to rip even further up now. Who told you they were going to liquidate the shorts because they were all there? I'm just saying, man. Like, and again, how did I know it was going to do that? Right? I told you exactly what was going to happen before it happened. I do this like, whatever, man. Who cares about it? Forget me, man. But the point is, if you dedicate yourself to something, you will get good at it. If you do it every single day, you will get good at it. If you love yourself, then God will love you. You'll love others. You'll have a great life. You know what I mean? And you'll keep negative people out of your life. You know? But I'm telling you right now, you got to keep God first. The second God is not first, everything will begin to crumble in your life. I'm telling you right now. And it's hard because as humans, we do fail. We do make mistakes. It's not easy. We are human. We are infallible. But get up every single day. And that's why we pray, because we need help from God. We need to be reminded that we need help. We need to say, hey, God, I need help. I can't do this alone. I want your guidance. I want your spirit. And you know what? God hears you. And God is like, wow. You know? So. Shout out to GF Burdick. How was your nerd thing? Someone asked. Is he in the chat? Lieutenant Dan Dangle. Alhamdulillah, my man. Nicholas Juros, my man. Bow tie is looking cool tonight. Shout out to Jason Nowicki. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you guys. Look, I'm getting so diesel that my neck, my shirts I'm having a problem closing my button because my traps got so big that when I close my neck now, I know I'm sounding like I'm bragging, but it's true. And honestly, just doing a workout that I give my trading group every Monday, like, it's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy, man. But my grandfather was a bricklayer and my dad was an ironworker, so funny, this is kind of awkward. Swole problems, right? This is awkward, but I go to the dentist. My dentist appointment is a week, right? But I go to the dentist, and the dentist is like, he goes and he like brushed by my arm or something, and he was like, whoa, what's that? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, oh no. He's like, wait, let me see that. And I'm not the biggest guy. This is just a funny story, all right? And he's like, let me feel your arm. And like, I mean, it's pretty rock. Like, it is rock solid. But like, and he feels it. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, I never felt like that's insane. Like, and he's like bugging out. He's like a 70-year-old guy. He grew up with my father. He knew my family back in the day. So watch out. Yeah, Jason's the man. He's way more jacked than me. But I'm not even that jacked. I'm just in good shape. And then he tells like the assistant in the room to grab my arm. And she's like, she's like, I met his wife the other week. She's like, I feel uncomfortable grabbing his arm. He's like, what do you mean? That's a big deal. He's like, just grab his arm. He's like, I just can't believe how strong it is. He's like, you just gotta see. He's like, I can't be the only one. Just you know. And she's like, I don't know. And like, I'm sitting there in the chair, just like, dude, I was like, this is crazy, man. I was like, this is crazy, yo. And it was just so funny, man. It was like the funniest thing. It was so awkward for me. I'm like, I never thought in a million years I'd be sitting at the dentist chair and he'd be asking the woman in the chair to grab my arm. And like, I respected her. She's like, I don't want to. I was like, yeah. I was like, you don't have to like, but he's like an old dude. And he's like, wow, what's the big deal? And like, we're just both looking at him like, he's so old school. Like, it was just funny, man. Jason Casper versus live arm wrestling for 1 Bitcoin. Oh my God, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy, you know. Somehow I am the freaking heaviest I've ever been. 192 pounds right now at like 5'8.5", 5'9". So I'm like a truck. I'm a truck right now. And I'm not fat, you know. So it's all in the legs, man. Dude, this looks like we're gonna pump. Once the 1 hour gets above the 200 SMA, it usually takes off, like you read about. Like, it will get to the next resistance somewhere at 26,546. And dude, Sunday night, expect the volatility. Like, they will dump you and they will pump you. All right? Whenever I watch Jason at his walking desk, it feels like Lurch or Frankenstein. I actually like watching his content. I wanted to say something to him. I've gotten nauseous a few times just in 1 minute because it's like this. And I have like, I think I have some type of like, you know, inertia thing. So like, I watched it for a minute and I started getting nauseous. And I wanted to tell him like, I think it's, you want to do it, but I said there might be some people, but anyway, he gets more views than me, so I don't even care. I mean, he does whatever he wants. I don't tell people what to do. But I definitely did get nauseous trying to watch it one day. I was like, oh, that's nauseating, you know? I don't know. But I mean, if you like what he has to say, who cares? You know what I mean? You'll be like, whatever. Who cares? Me too. I'm not 192.61. I've been on Mike Menser's high intensity workout. You should look into it, bro. Okay. Mike Menser. Hit. Mike Menser high intensity. Wow, this dude is insane. He was the real deal, huh? We tried Mike Menser's high intensity workout. Total muscle. 4-day workout plan. Day 1, chest and back. Look at this guy. He was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. I never heard of him. I'm doing this one right now, level 6. This one is amazing, dude. I do this every Monday, and it, like, absolutely destroys me. Like, it absolutely destroys me. Like, if you can do this, you are in amazing shape. Because, like, it took me, like, a few years of working out hardcore and doing HIIT. I do HIIT, which is high intensity. Like, I'll do a 30-minute workout a day, but it will be so intense, it'll make you feel like you fought like 1,000 men. He was a genius. I even started ahead of his I am worried that the debt ceiling talks are going to tank the market even more. More bear, and it's horrible. That's what they want, man. They want you to feel bearish. Get in your head, man. That's all. There's going to be opportunity everywhere. There's going to be GFL. There's going to be opportunity. Just stay, you know, I have a boatload of cash. I stay in cash. I keep a lot of tether, right? You know, don't overinvest until, you know, we're still in accumulation phase in the bear market. We still have time to get coins at good prices. Cardano could still go lower. Some of these alts could still go down. We still have time, everyone, you know. Check out One Punch Man workout. Crazy. All right. I am worried that the debt ceiling talk, vertigo maybe. I have it now. It's horrible. I have a little bit of it. Not a lot of it, you know. Add weights, and it's insane. Okay. 26.5 was my target for the bounce. And see, now we're flagging. Now you draw this little flag, and if you can stay in a flag, and then the Stokes can reset, there's a chance the flag breaks out, and you touch the 21. And this is my strategy, right? And then you go for another quick, and that's how you were able to kind of, instead of just, and that's how I'm able to stay inside chart, you know, inside of a long, right? And there's a chance we could long right now as they liquidate more shorts. I'm not going to, I personally kind of want to trade right now. Like because this says there's a high likelihood it's going to play out. Because I know I got us to the 200, and now once we get above the 200, we can get the pump. And there's a good sign. Now, usually you'll come up and you'll get rejected right when the Stokes are low, and by the time you get back down here, you're already down here somewhere. But the fact that the Stokes have reset and we've stayed sideways tells me there's more of a probability we can break to the upside. See? That's the basis of my strategy on multiple time frames. It's can the stocks come back down while the price action goes flat? All right. Are you accumulating ICP? No, I am not. I do not have a penny of it. It's not something, I don't know why. It hasn't spoken to me. It has not spoken to me. All right. So I gave you the weekly idea. I showed you how Bitcoin was going to reverse. Some may have taken along there. It's completely up to you. Around here, I called the fact that Bitcoin was going to touch the 200 SMA. I showed you how we weren't sure exactly how or when it was going to do it, but it was going to do it. And it did it exactly like I told you it would. It took us about, 40 minutes, something like that. It's now 9:18. We've been on the stream for about an hour and 20. All right. Don't be worried. Fear is... See, let me break this down. I'm going to break you down. We are all here as God's children to go through a beautiful experience. We're not here to accumulate money. That's not the reason you are on the earth, period. Because if I gave you all the money in the world, or if you worked really hard and achieved it and everything came, you would buy that mansion worth $3 million in the water. You would have everything you wanted, and it wouldn't feel like you thought it would. You'd be like, oh. Like, I'm not going to be rude with everyone, but I became a millionaire. And I tried for 15, basically, maybe since I was 9 years old. And I didn't take a dime from my mother or father. Every once in a while, when I was younger, my dad, I'll be honest, I wasn't left with college debt, so I was blessed in that matter. So a lot of people were. So I was very privileged in that sense. I will give you that, But my dad wasn't the type of dad that would give you money. Hey, Dad, can I get $5? No, my dad wasn't just, my parents were like, we'll die and you'll get whatever's left, you make your own. So, and you'll hit it, you'll hit all these gains in the trading group. You'll make win, and then you have to find out who you are again. You'll still have to wake up and work out every morning. You're not going to look great because you have $1 million in the bank. So you're still going to have to be mentally and spiritually and emotionally motivated to get up. Money doesn't do that. Unless maybe getting up, get you money. I don't know, there's some motivation there, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to find another way to find out what drives you in life. Because if you don't find that deep inner something, you are going to struggle with depression, pain, and you will go to drugs and alcohol and to cheating and other things because you will have a void in your life that will need to be filled. And if you don't go to God and you don't make a great relationship with God, you will have a void in your life that will need to be filled. I am telling you right now. When I finally filled the void, everything else came to me. I'm blessed that it did it in that way, because then when it came to me and the material things came, I was able to say, they're beautiful, they're great. God bless them. I will tell you what money does. Money does take stress away. In some instances, it can add stress. But for me in my life, your kids can go to a school, whatever school you need to. If I want to move tomorrow, if they do some weird things with the laws here, and I don't like the laws in the state I'm in, I can just pick up and go to another state. I can pick up and go to another country. I have the ability to go anywhere I want at any moment in the world. I have my own business that runs remotely through the internet. Most of my employees are remote employees that work. They work around the world. So they're always grinding. I've put together a group of people that grind together on the internet, right? So I just want you to realize that you have to find your true purpose in life, or you are going to keep going back to these same empty things and these same empty problems over and over and over again until they either defeat you or you come back to the other side. And I know it's a struggle every single day. And I'll tell you right now, we are stuck in this concept of time. We don't really know where we are in time per se, like in the whole scheme of time. But we know that we have it. That's what we know. Time can give us anxiety because we can look too far into the future and then we can beat ourselves up with things that have happened into the past. Every time you're gaining anxiety, every time things feel unfit, take a deep breath and say, all I can control is my present state right now. Have some lemon water. I'm telling you, lemon is a natural calming and a natural positive aroma. I'm serious. I know you don't believe me right now. Next time you're in a funny mood, you're not feeling that well, slice a lemon, sit alone, and smell it. I'm telling you right now, if you don't smile, right, everyone do it right now. Who here's got a lemon with them? Sit right now with your lemon, or go, I'll give you a second, go to your refrigerator, go cut a lemon. I'm going to wait 1 minute for anyone out here that has access to a lemon to go get a lemon. Watch this. Watch. The charts are going to be here, everyone. I got the 1 minute. It's making a flag. We're watching Bitcoin right now, all right? Don't act like I'm not giving you both, the best of both worlds right now, all right? We're giving you Bitcoin better than most people. All right, everyone ready? So take a big smell of this lemon. If you have a lime, fine. Smell it. Really smell it. Ready? Breathe out and really smell it. Smell the fact that you have olfactory senses in your nose. As the lemon comes in, feel what it does. Feel the scents go to your brain. Understand that it creates an electrical impulse to the brain. Feel this entire experience. All right? Let's do it together. Wow. Wow. Did you not smile? Did you not feel some type of something? I don't know, man. I thought I did. Who watches Lifer without a lemon? I know, right? Limes on Chipotle is pure heaven, baby. I'm telling you, it'll change the way you feel. It'll change your whole sentiment. Shout out to the 450 people, 266 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. You are now the Lifer Lemon. You guys are funny. So look, if we can get above this 200 SMA on the 1 minute, this thing is going to rip. It looks likely to rip. It looks very likely to rip because the stochastics want to turn back to the upside here. You're just waiting for that confirmation above the 200 SMA. We did break out right now, right? We technically broke out. Yeah, we broke out. Try to say we're in there, but I feel like that's a breakout. Kind of a descending triangle. It's a weird, it's a very strange pattern. You get above the 200 SMA, things can get lit. You don't? Eh. The trade's over, though. I mean, that was the trade to the 200, you know? Right. And we called that for you before it even happened. We're going to be looking for this tomorrow, Monday morning, when it happens again. Same idea, all right, for Bitcoin. And look at that. That's what happened. That's what it looks like on the bigger time frame. That's why trading is treacherous, because there's so many ways to get hit off inside, right? So look, based on stochastics, this should pump. And based on the fact that you're about to close above at 19 seconds above the 200 SMA, you should get a monster move to the upside here. You really should. Just looking here. So far, there it goes. Could be a shoulder, head, and a shoulder if you can't get above this resistance, but above the 200 says we're gone. And you close clean above it there, you kind of just went up and down. This one, you're starting to close clean above the 200 SMA, see? I don't like the pattern is like really weird to me, though. It's like a, I don't know. It's almost like a descending triangle because it's so flat on the bottom. I really wanted to get a haircut today, and I still didn't. I keep saying I'm going to go get a haircut, and I somehow don't make it. It's happened for like a week and a half now. Well, I was about to get a haircut, and my wife just said I'm going with the neighbor to the store. I'll be back, and she just disappeared. I was like, what's going on? I didn't say anything, but I had told her that I wanted to get a haircut, but she forgot. I didn't mention it till now. She might be hearing me now, but it's okay. I didn't complain. Until now. It's weird when you have a YouTube channel because you can like whine about things that you wouldn't have whined to your wife, but you can whine, and then she can hear you when you're on the live, and she knows what you're saying, She can then choose to sound like she never heard it, which she's done before. Or she could address the wand, right? I'm just messing around with my wife. Women like when you talk about them, all right? As long as it's in playful manner, all right? Not in a bad manner. They like all forms of attention at all ages, all right? Sorry, now I'm being rude. I don't. Nah, I feel. Oh my gosh. These days, you say one thing and you're like, you're labeled quickly. I got a haircut today, man. Good for you, man. I didn't. Buying buzzers and cutting our own hair saves so much time. I tried Friday, yeah, but I like to pay someone. See, because my business does well, I like to go to other people's businesses and pay them. You know what I mean? And I feel like that helps my business do well. Like when I go and I spend money from my business on other businesses. Dark crash. Oh no, what is that? My mom cuts my hair. My mom cut my hair for a long time. My wife chops my mop. Hey, okay. I cut my kids' hair. I like it. So we went to a low of 26,000, bounced quickly all the way back up. And that's how shorts work. Shorts are like bling, blang. I short more than ever now. And it's like bling, blang. I can't believe how fast the short money comes. It comes very, very fast. Very interesting, right? To say the least. Cancel. I don't want to do that. So yeah, we're watching this kind of consolidated move here for Bitcoin. And as the moving averages come up and get tight, it gives you more of a probability that we can get that pump to the upside here. This is technically the trade. It's a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Stop loss beneath this POC. All right. It is Sunday night. High risk, 1% gain at 10x leverage at 10%. At 20x, 20%. At 100x leverage, it's 100% gains if you hit this trade. You could double money, right? My mom used to cut my hair with a Flowbee. Remember the Flowbee? Dude, do they have pictures of that? Does anyone know what a Flowbee is? It attached to the vacuum cleaner. It was absolutely absurd. If you told anyone at school your mom cut your hair with a vacuum cleaner, you were just ridiculous, right? Like, I couldn't imagine. Whoever got a Flowbee, they still sell it? They still sell a Flowbee? Home hair cutting system. My name is Rick Hunts, inventor of the Flowbee, and I know you're going to love it. Dude, the world famous Flowbee hair cutting system. Flowbee. They still sell the Flowbee, huh? How it works cutting hair isn't the Flowbee system is easy and saves money. Watch the video. How easy and fun is to cut your own hair. It attaches to the vacuum or it comes with its own Flowbee system with Super Mini Vac. Flowbee system. The Flowbee Super Mini Vac. Get yours today. McDonald's hiring team. The McDonald's hiring team. That's so funny. You guys are coming to my live stream to hire? You want to see if you can get some good recruits? So be careful trading tonight. It's Sunday night into Monday morning. But the 1 minute is consolidating here. Possible kind of a double top. We'll see. After the beautiful divergence, that's likely going to be your liquidated bottom, though, for the foreseeable future. Wasn't too bad. It's funny. They always do it right at the weekly close. Isn't that funny how they got real volatile right before the weekly close, like 7:30. All right. It's a dust buster for your hair, right? Go deaf, but your hair looks nice. Yeah, like blow hot, like feel like you're driving a motorcycle. A lot of motorcycles go deaf. They don't, you know that? Because driving without anything in your ears, I did it 6 years of it. I kind of have, sometimes I have to put things up higher than everyone else in my family. I'm always like, what? I'm definitely going to have to get hearing aids, I'm pretty sure. And look, there's a golden cross now coming. I'll tell you, it's so key if you can close a 1 hour, even a 1 minute above this 200 SMA. The fact that these are getting tight tells you there's a big chance we could get this move up. So that's the next trade that I'm looking at for a scalp on tonight. And we'll come back in the morning to kind of break it down, right? And I gave you key levels and we broke it down. It's been a fun night, all right? Overbought here on the stochastic, on the Caspa. But the 1 hour says it's going to probably, see, the whole market looks like it's going to make a little move out of this same pump here. That looks like you're going to get a bullish pump right now. Just like, boom. 12% gains possibly coming, you know. So that looks scrumptious to me. And the daily looks very low. And you got above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, and you're kind of flipping here. I'd watch CASPA in consolidation. If Bitcoin gets a pump, CASPA's going to get that pump for a quick 12% scalp. And again, sometimes I'm on a trading group, and I make an in-depth call. So let me show you some things here. The trading group is a collection of thoughts that I'm always putting together, right? So look, like today, something that I looked at in-depthly, and so like this is something I gave you, and I give you like, you know, all the checklist, all the different things that I'm looking at, where I think it's going to go, the breakdown, all that stuff, right? But then like right now, I'm just looking at something quick. I don't have it as much time, but I'm like, Cass, 1 hour flag, right? And this would be a scalp on the small time frame, right? Just a quick little scalp. Casper, 1 hour flag, possible scalp, right? So this is just something that I'm looking at. So whatever I kind of see, I'm throwing out at you. And I only put things out that I believe have a high probability of, you know, my barber cuts my belly button hair. That's so gross. You're going to make me throw up, man. Like, you just made me, like, I thought about this dude just, like, buzzing my belly. Oh, God. Oh, the visual of that is just, like, destroying me right now. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I was a Walkman kid and blew my ears out for sure. A lot of us did. That's why they had that little button, like something SDF or something, remember? Like, ear protection. We'd always flipped it off, right? And we just blasted it. Remember that little button? Yeah. And remember not to worry about a thing, everybody. Worry is the key that will break you down. You can't be worried. You got to push forward every single day. All right? You are a good man. Shout out to Faison Hater. God bless you, man. Thank you. 100K Kaz in 2 years. You're done for life. Hey. Extra bass button only, man. Not just a hanky on my face while riding. It's not like 223. You're funny. My dad has a flow beat. Is there an affiliate? There's an affiliate link to everything here to MEXC. Join MEXC. We have it here in the description. There's a link to join my trading group. There's a link to BOOKMAP. There's a link to get a Roth IRA with ITrust Capital. I'm telling you right now, this is the place to be. You can move your IRA that you have now, and it can be tax-free. You can buy and sell inside of your tax-free. I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Like I say, you should be taking this financial advice. But if, call them up, find out what's going on, ask them their different plans they have. It'll blow your mind, everyone. I'm telling you right now, it'll really blow your mind. Okay, the Sammy moving average, baby. Yep. What about Solana, sir? Do you think it'll go back to $30 in October? Love from Pakistan. You know what? There's a chance. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana. And I don't like to trade heavy altcoins Sunday night into Monday morning. I just think it's foolish. Even if we got huge pumps and we missed them all, that's okay. It's the most volatile night of the week. It's when you could easily lose your shirt. Always take a deep breath and don't go too hard. That's just and again, that's what that's my idea based on the charts. But you do whatever makes you happy. Solana could be making look a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder. It's got a bit of a flag here. I see it look up, down, up, down. I see it coming back to the top of this channel and holding this low, high, higher low. It's got a higher low in place. The daily needs to come back down, possibly. Let's take a look at our 3-day. Our 3-day chart looks pretty good for a pump back to the upside. Bit of a cup with a handle here and a higher low on Solana. I like that. It could come back down to make a double bottom if it doesn't hold this trend line. But it seems to have like some support like right where it's above. And falling wedges break up 68% of the time. But it has struggled with resistance, and Bitcoin's been funky with the altcoins. So, like, no one, there's been some fear in the market. People don't want to go too hard. Got this falling wedge in the 4. I'd wait for this to play out. Come down a little bit lower, possibly. And the safest bet really is to wait for Solana to break above this key level of resistance, where it has like a double top. 20, and boom. Ride 20 up to 22. That's a nice 10%. And then ride 22 up to 26. Like, these two gaps are areas I would like to trade it. Aggressive entry here, but you could, risk the fall down. You get up to here, you have a higher chance that you can win that scalp. So 20 is really a key level. But Solana's been great. It's been holding its level compared to most coins. Look, it's gone up since its bottom at 8 cents. Right? It actually went from 8 to 32. It did a 4x from December 29th all the way to July 13th. So 6 months, I mean, you got a 4x. I mean, the stock market didn't 4x much. So in a bear market, you could have made more money in cryptocurrency than you made in the stock market, I'm sure there was things to 4x in the stock market, you got to be trading penny stocks. And I guess it's just as high risk, but if you own in 140x long BHMXE and it's up 500%. I yielded in 140 on BHMXE 21 and it's up. That's unbelievable. God bless you, brother. I hope you made a good boatload on that. Tomorrow's False Move Monday. What to expect? We do the lifer way. Bull, bear, risk management, baby. Yeah. The only thing to expect on Monday is that it will do the unexpected. Monday will always pull you for a loop, but that's expected on Monday. So we kind of, even though it's False Move Monday, we know what Monday's going to do. Thanks a ton. Stay blessed and stay healthy. Thank you, Saeed Awais. God bless you. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you. And now, look, we're rolling over here. See that? That's a rollover. Like, shoulder head, you didn't get the move. You didn't get above the 200. That could act as resistance and could be the end of the week rally here. I got $800 in Sol and $1,800 in Bitcoin. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. You're the man. All right, everyone. I'm going to punch out for the night. It is Sunday night. If I don't take care of myself and get a well-rested night, my week will be insane. Shoulder, head, and possibly right shoulder for Bitcoin to continue to the upside. Look for that 1 hour to get above the 200 SMA. Look for that point of control to be tussled with at 26.6 again if we get back above 26.3. Yeah, and then we look at the 4 hour time frame. And honestly, you're waiting for the 4 hour to close below the 200 SMA, which it's likely going to do, right? You see that? If this closes below, very likely we're going to get more of a short to the downside. Same thing he's saying. But there's some big wickage. I show you it's a falling wedge. Falling wedges break back up. You expect to bounce back up here to 26, 27, 288, it probably goes sideways, but basically I'm expecting this. Let me just clear out all my price action here for now. Oh, my drawing on price action. So you can say, however I do it, I get it correct. Like today, I called the short for Bitcoin. I hit it. All last week, we hit multiple calls for Bitcoin. You're going to hear me hit multiple calls again. This won't be the first time we call Bitcoin accurately, right? So. LOOM does look like it's just getting started here on a 618 fib there in the golden pocket. The daily's very overbought away from the 21. It could just be kind of a cash grab here. And the 1 hour is also a bit overbought. 4 hour wants to rip on you. So does the 4 hour continue? There's a chance it does. High risk because of the daily, though. And first place to take profits would be that first resistance point. Possibly 59% gains out of LOOM. I wouldn't take it, but it could happen tonight. I'd watch the smaller time frames for a flag, like the 7. the 7 can make a flag, then that's what I would, attempt to take the trade with. I would never chase a green candle, and I will not touch price action until it's near a 21-day moving average, because it's in an extreme at that point, unless I'm going to short back to the 21. You know what I mean? There's areas where I'll do that. So, shout out to Crypto Bellico in the house. God bless you. Hey, I was looking at your live right now, and I made some good gains. I just sent you my gains on Discord. Thank you for saying that, man. And my man just long Casper right there, perpetual, for another 157% gains. Gift keeps printing for him on the long. Bang, bang, bang. Gifto, man, was a huge gainer for us. Shout out to everyone that's jumping on into the trading group and learning my strategies that will take you to the next level. We can trade any market in the world, from the Euro, USD, right, which is FX. And we can trade any single market in the world, everyone. From FX to gold to silver to Walmart to you name it. All right. So let's look at our DXY as we get ready for the night ahead. Our DXY is expected to take a fall to the downside, giving us some relief rally for Bitcoin. The daily's overbought. The 2 days overbought. The 3 days overbought. You're way away from the 21-day moving average. It's time to come back to the 21. It's time. All right. And living in the 3 days, kind of like watching people live in, it's like you're this monster looking down on the earth. And what I mean by that is, when you're trading big time frames, you can see so much more, right? And a lot of people can't pay attention like you can. And so this says we're going to drop to the 21, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I see the daily taking a drop, which could propel Bitcoin to the upside. Don't be too bearish on Bitcoin based on this daily chart, this 3-day chart on the DXY. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all. And I thank you so much for jumping on in and being a part of the Lifer team. I'll be back tomorrow with another beautiful, beautiful live stream. And we will look for all the awesome altcoins. Tomorrow will be Token Metrics Day at 7 in the morning. We get our first new looks at what happens on Token Metrics. Get ready for that in the trading group. I called that pump back up to the 200 SMA. What a beautiful call to the upside. We seem to be struggling now, and we have a major resistance for Bitcoin at 26,300. We got to get back above there to remain bullish, really. That's the key area. I'm spent. I'm going to let my brain rest. I've looked at the charts all day, and I've been staring at the screens. I need to rest my eyes and relax. Everyone, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. And even on a Sunday, man, we put in a lot of work. We did 2 live streams on a Sunday, man. Where most people take the day off and mail it in, we give you even more. I love you all. Thank you so much. And I give you more because you guys give me so much back. And that's why I love it. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for another beautiful live stream. May God bless every one of you. And thank you so much for everything. My gratitude is my attitude. It leads to abundance every single time. Thank you, dear Lord, for bringing these beautiful people to the live and us having a wonderful time of education, love, and light, and happiness and laughter. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for everything. God bless.